Hey, what's good? Thank you for stopping by to visit the channel for this upcoming game preview of Colorado and Oregon, one of the big games in a really big week 4. If this is your first time visiting the channel and you want to hear a different take of college football from an analytical perspective, if you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and select all so you won't miss another video. Also, like the video, share the video. It does help this channel grow. And at the end of the video, please give me your score prediction if you agree or disagree with my score prediction. So, as we begin with every other video that we do here on this channel, we start off with the tail of the tape of advanced analytics, just to give you a breakdown between the two squads. So if you are new to the channel, and I assume Colorado fans who've just found this channel, this is a tale of the tape of advanced metrics where we break down the requisite rating systems between the two teams, where they are at in their respective ratings, offensively and defensively, and also the major power ratings as well, F plus and FEI. F plus is a combination of Bill Connolly's SP plus rating and Brian Freemo's FEI. It determines the overall quality of a team. And you also have an overall rating that I created as well. It is my opponent adjusted efficiency ratings. It is not a poll. It is considered a power rating. And then you also have the offense versus defense and defense versus offense. So as we look at the tail of the tape of advanced metrics, we see Oregon is a solid favorite in all of these categories. One of the things that I have noticed in almost every single computer rating out there is that it is very difficult to get a reading of Colorado, mainly speaking because a lot of power ratings use preseason priors. And with a team like Colorado, who just basically have gone over a roster overhaul, it is difficult to kind of get a read on them. And most of the computers are really trying to pick up from the information that is for the current season. So that's why Colorado is rated where they are in most of these power ratings. If you were to remove preseason priors, I would assume they are definitely rated in the top 20 or top 25, but most preseason power ratings, it is designed to be predictive. So that's why most of these preseason ratings, the priors are still locked in and may phase out later on in the year. I think if you're Oregon and you saw the Hawaii game, you're very encouraged about how Oregon was able to go ahead and take care of business in this game. Hawaii didn't really have anything working for them. And if you're an Oregon fan, this is actually good news. You're supposed to beat teams that you have a complete mismatch in almost every single position on the field. And Oregon just took advantage of everything, whether it was running, whether it was throwing. Bo Nix was pretty much making coffee every time he would drop it back to pass. The running game was blowing holes all open throughout the field, and Trayshawn Holden, Tez Johnson, they were just running around all over the field. Nobody couldn't even get a hand on them. So if you are an Oregon fan, you are very encouraged. You have faced two teams that were completely overmatched in Portland State, and you hung darn near 100 on them. You hung 81 on them, and then you hung 55 against a Hawaii team. Now, you did struggle a little bit against Texas Tech, and that game was pretty tight throughout, but I will say this, it was on the road against a Power 5 team. Now, if this game was in Autzen Stadium, I don't think it would be as tight, considering that Oregon really loves to feed off of that crowd. I know leading up to this game last week against Colorado State, it was a little personal for sure. Coach Jay Norvell said some things about Coach Sanders, and yeah, of course it was going to come back to Boulder. And the thing is, I think this game showed a lot about Colorado, both good and bad. And in this game, what this showed me is that I think they got a little emotional, especially at the start of the game. Now, it was a little it was chippy. Colorado State, they were kind of headhunting a little bit, hitting after the whistle, trying to get some shots in. And you could tell Colorado got a little out of their comfort zone a little bit. And against a team that you were supposed to beat and beat soundly in Colorado State, the Rams were hanging around quite a bit. The other concern that I have is the health of Travis Hunter, which I will go into detail when I pick my winner in this game. But if you're a Colorado fan, I think if you took the punch of Colorado State, and the fact is you were able to come back from a double-digit deficit in the second half, especially in a time which you were not playing well at all throughout the game, that showed me a lot about the program and where the program is headed. This is definitely not the Colorado team from last year. This is a completely different team. They are exceptionally well coached. They are well schooled, and it is a really good resurgence. Onto my computer model here, and I have said this earlier when I was talking about Colorado and the tail of the tape and how the computers and power ratings, they haven't really caught up to Colorado as of yet, just because they have really bucked the trend and they have bucked every computer model available. It hasn't really caught up to them as of yet, and I'm not sure if it's going to until really late in the season when all of the preseason priors are phased out. But at this point in time, the Vegas line has Oregon favorite by 21. My model is right around 28 points in this game. So pretty much giving Oregon a 4-touchdown favorite in this game here. Around 44-16 is the projected score in this game, but it is a computer, so it is definitely going to be different than my actual prediction in this game. So I generally stay away from picking games with an extremely high point spread. So anything above 20, anything over 3 touchdowns, I don't do a video. I don't really pick them. But this one was a game where I really couldn't ignore due to Colorado's popularity and due to the fact that this is a ranked versus ranked opponent. But if I ever were to come across a spread quite like this, I typically try to figure out a way for the underdog to come out with a victory. So for Colorado to pull off an upset, and this would be a bigger upset than them beating TCU to start the season. For Colorado to win this game, they're going to need a lot of bounces to go their way, especially playing in Autzen Stadium, where that crowd is going to be raucous. They are literally on top of you. The way that stadium is structured, that sound does not really leave that stadium. If Colorado wins the game, they're going to need Shadeur Sanders to pretty much be Superman. He's already throwing around 49. He's averaging 49 passes a game, 49 pass attempts a game. And they're going to go as far as his arm is going to take him. So you also have to couple the fact that you're not going to have Travis Hunter at corner, wide receiver, pretty much wherever that man is going to line up on the field. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Now, the question is, who's going to take his spot? Is it going to be Cormani McClain, the ballyhoo 5-star corner that you guys got from Miami? I don't know if he's ready yet, but that also leaves a hole at corner. So the thing about Colorado, and I have thought this through, is that they don't have the depth when you go outside of the first 22. First 11 on offense and defense, I think they're fine. But when you start getting injuries and you start getting down to the 23rd person, 24th, 25th, 26th person, they're not nearly as good as the starters. And typically teams who recruit well, like your Alabamas, your Ohio States, Georgias, there's not really that big of a significant drop off in key spots. So that way they can just plug and play their players. So In a game like this, Colorado, Shadeur Sanders, he's going to have to be fantastic in this game. They're also going to have to win the turnover battle, and they can also turn the ball over as well to give Oregon short fields. Oregon lives off of that, especially a team like Oregon, who is in the top 10 in offensive success rate. You just can't give Bo Nix a short field to work with. It is suicide. So you need Shadeur Sanders to play well. Can't turn the ball over. You also got to force turnovers as well. And you just cannot have a second quarter like you did against Colorado State. They had a 0% success rate if you looked at that advanced box score when I was talking about Colorado's game last week. You cannot have a 0% success rate in any quarter against Oregon. So if you are in the 40s and the 50s, you got to give yourself a puncher's chance at winning this game. So in a game like this, I'm going to lean Oregon to come out with the victory, but I don't particularly think they cover. I think Shadeur Sanders is going to do enough to keep Colorado in the game, but I think that second half is going to come around and you're going to see the depth of Oregon, and that crowd is going to be good. It's going to be good enough for them to, I wouldn't necessarily say rattle Colorado a little bit, but that crowd is going to basically cause some penalties in this game. And for Colorado, they have been extremely disciplined and extremely well coached throughout. They haven't really made a ton of mistakes. I think they make a few mistakes in this game that they're not really used to making in this game. So I'm going to pick Oregon to win, but I'm not going to particularly pick them to cover because I think Shadeur is going to play out of his mind in this game. And I don't think it's going to be enough to beat the Ducks here. I got Oregon winning by the score of 42 to about 30. And it's going to say a lot about Colorado. Colorado's going to get theirs, but I think Oregon is going to keep on scoring and get theirs a lot in this game, honestly. And that is it for this game preview of Colorado and Oregon. If you've made it this far, please give the video a like, and also please comment on the video. Give me your score prediction in the comment section below, even if you agree or disagree. If I was too high on Oregon or if I was too low on Colorado, that's cool. Just go ahead and tell why in the comment section, and I'd like to mix it up with you guys as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give the video a like, and also subscribe if this is something to your liking. If you want to hear a different take of college football from an analytical perspective that you will not get at ESPN or Fox Sports or wherever you decide to get your news from. Thank you for visiting the channel, and have a great week and enjoy the game.